Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and welcome to Friday Freebie. I did not do a video yesterday, as you've seen, but there was something very important that we had to celebrate. Our granddaughter, Presley, and I know you guys have heard me talk about her forever and forever, and I can't believe she turned 15 in December, so she went yesterday and took her permit exam and she passed, so we had to go driving. She and I and her mom and her younger sister Brooklyn, we went up to a little park and we let her practice driving around and parking and backing out and that kind of thing, and we just had a little party and a little get together. So that was very important. I had to be part of that. I can't believe my grandbabies are all growing up. It's just, I've only got one more that's not driving. That'll be it, and that's Brooklyn. And she's 11, so she'll be driving before you know it. But anyway, we're going to get to the Friday freebie. This is it, or this is one of them. You got another surprise. Yes, don't go right now. You got to watch the video. But you have another surprise over on the blog. But this is the one that I made for you yesterday. Now, I went ahead and cut mine out, and what I did, since these are so intricate, the little pieces, I went ahead and did a border around them so that you could cut them out without having any white showing. I did a little tan looking border, so you can just cut them out real quick without having to, try to go in every little place and make sure there's no white and that kind of thing. I did notice when I was cutting them out that there's a little bit of white right there. I don't know what happened, why that didn't color in, but you can color that in with a little bit of ink or just leave it like it is. If it doesn't bother you, I'll probably leave mine like it is. So if you want them smaller, you can print them 2 to a page, and that will make them smaller if you want some smaller flowers. Okay, I've had a lot of caffeine, can y'all tell? Oh, no, I haven't really. I've only had my 1 cup, but I feel all wired up. Okay. Another thing that I did for you guys is I went in and made another digital this morning, and it's a 3-pager, and it is these stamp templates. Now, this is not the stamp, but they're templates, so you can go on here, stamp things, glue little, you could even glue pieces of these down, glue little things down, stuff that you have in your stash. Like, let's just show you some of my stuff. All of these little pieces, I could go in there and glue them down and make my own little stamps, just like I want to make them. This is printed 1 to a page, so this is the original size. And then I printed them, and let me separate this out. I printed them 2 to a page, which makes them a little bit smaller. Okay. And then, let's see. Okay, I have no idea why it printed like that. But anyway, that's 2 to a page. And then I went in and printed them 4 to a page. I guess that was the 4 to a page, Edith. You got to pay attention, girlfriend. Yeah, that's 4 to a page. So 4 to a page makes them even smaller. So you can print them any way that you want. If you want little bitty stamps, print them 6 to a page, whatever you want. I just made them the original size because I want to use some of my stamps and stamp in here and make some larger tickets, stamps and things. Okay, so that is a 3-page freebie that is over there now on the blog, ready for you to upload. But please don't go over there right now. You got to watch the video. I will show you what I'm going to do with them in just a minute. But first, we are going to work with some junk mail envelopes. I'm going to make some things. I saw on Rachel's channel, and if you wonder who I talk about when I talk about Rachel, that is Roxy Creations on YouTube. She's a good friend of mine. You can go over there and watch her channel if you'd like. But on last Friday, she did, I think it was last Friday. I don't know. It may have been Thursday. Anyway, she did something with junk mail envelopes that I thought was really, really ingenious. And I wanted to do something similar to that, but I'm going to change mine up just a little bit. Let me grab the journal and I'll show you what we're going to do. Now, I'm trying to finish this journal up, and this is In the Winter Woods. And let me show you. Now this is a smaller journal, so I had to adapt to the smaller size, but it's okay. If I can find it. What did I do with it? I know I did it somewhere. Here it is. This is a junk mail envelope. You've got a flap on this side that you can tuck something under, and that's the lid, as my husband used to call it, of the envelope. And then you've got this side that you have a tuck spot here, or you could cut the top and have a tag go down in there. I wanted it this way. And then you've also got all kinds of writing room there, and then writing room here. So this one I made smaller. Like I said, this journal is not as tall as normal, as I normally make them, but I made this one 7 inches, and it's about 4 1/4. So that is a perfect size for this journal, because this journal is, and somebody asked the other day what size this was. This is 6 by 8 1/2. So normally I make them 9, so it's not that much smaller than the normal journals, but the pages are a little bit smaller. So what we're going to do is use these envelopes, but I'm going to have to cut them off a little bit because I don't need, this is, oh, well, truthfully, this is like 8 5/8. Let me take just a regular page and see what we got here. I think it's still going to be a little bit big. Yeah. So we're going to cut this down to, I'm just going to cut about, no, I'm not going to cut that side. I'm going to cut about 1/4 inch off. And that should make it about the size that we need. We need 8 1/2, 8 1/2, yeah, or 8 1/4. That's good. That will go on there well. Now you can measure your journal and decide what size you need, that kind of thing, but this is just my quick and easy way of doing it. I'm also going to just cut a little sliver off of this end to open it up, because we do need it opened. Just a little bitty sliver, just enough to open it. There we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and peel this off, just because it kind of gets in my way. And you don't have to have this particular look of an envelope. You can have one that looks like this, that has that kind of tab. It doesn't matter. I just happened to pick this up and start with it. All right, let's see. I don't think I even need to trim this off because it's straight. Yeah, I think we're good there, so we're going to leave that. Now I'm just going to cover it with a piece of paper. I'm not going to worry about the window. I'm just going to cover it up. But you can leave the window if you want and put something behind it. I'm just going to cover mine. I'm not going to worry about this one. I might do it differently in the journals. But right now, I mean in some other journals. But right now on this one for the video, I'm just going to cover it. And I've just got some background pages here that I'm going to use to glue down. And I'm probably going to go just all the way. Probably just going to shoot it all the way across and glue it down that way. Not even going to worry about putting different colors on there. You could, but I don't think I'm going to worry about it. Okay, let's grab this Chevrolet piece of paper in here. That's my good friend Samuel Tucker right there. I showed your picture on YouTube, Samuel. He wouldn't care. He wouldn't care at all. He's the one that helped me out when we had all the ice and went and picked up my medicine for me, because he has a 4x4. And he could get around pretty good and the rest of us couldn't, so he went and picked up my medicine and brought it back to me. He's a sweetheart. If you're local and you want a vehicle, make sure you go and check him out. He will do you right. He's like one of my kids. We've just practically raised him from when he was younger. Now I'm just going to take my bone folder Oh, and we got in about 500 more of the glue sticks. So if we were out when you was shopping, we have more in now. But then I'm just going to trim this off. And it's a little bit hard to see since we got white on white there, but we can get it. Okay, we have that on very well there. And normally you need to wait until this dries before you do any folding. But you know Edith. She doesn't wait for things to dry. She just goes for it. But we haven't put anything on the inside anyway, so it's good. Now, it looks like I got just a little bit off there when I was cutting, maybe. Let's see. Well, maybe not. Just a tiny bit, and I can trim that. But we need to put a little bit of paper here. You don't necessarily have to cover this because it's going to be glued down on the other side. But I want to cover this because that's going to show. And I'm just going to use a scrap. Let me grab my scraps. Let's see. I think I might want to use this side of that. So I'm just going to tear it off. Right, we will glue that down right there. Let me find my fold. Where's my fold? All right, that's my fold right there. I'm just going to fold it carefully, just so that I can see where I need to stop this. I don't want to go over that fold. So I'm just going to glue that down there, and what that's going to do is it's just going to cover this part when we have our little envelope closed up like that. So let me cover that. I'm going to put a little ink on it too. Yeah, Miss Presley was beyond excited. First off, that she had passed it her first time and had only been studying about a week. And then she was so excited because she actually gets to get behind the wheel now. Well, with supervision, of course. It's just a permit. All right. And she wanted to drive my car. Her mom has a dual cab truck. Alicia's our truck girl. She's always had trucks. So Presley wanted to practice in my car. She said, I think it'll be easier to drive than Mom's big old truck. So we went and practiced in my car. And she's going to try to get her dad to take her and do some more practicing this weekend, somewhere in a parking lot or whatever. She's not really ready to get out on the road yet, she says. And that's good. I'm glad she's cautious. She just wants to practice in parking lots and places where there's no cars coming and going. Now I'm going to round these corners. You don't have to, but just going to round them. Oops. And that didn't cut because I don't have my glue's not completely dry. Right. That works. This is going to glue down to the page on the other side of this. So what I need to do now, and let me see which way my writing goes here. Okay, this is the top side. I'm just going to use a little Barely Arts glue. And I'm just going to run it right down that side. And right down that side. And that's going to make our pocket there. Now, let's see. I don't know. It may go in this journal, but it may not, since I've already got one in there. I don't know. Let me see if I got a good spot. This one should be finished in the next couple of days. So I should have it finished by Monday. No, it won't go in this one because it's way too big. But I can show you how it would go. So we'll put it that way. Glue it, glue it here and here. And then when you flip it over, This can be a rotting spot. Then you can open this up and you've got a tuck spot under here. And I put that paper upside down. Do you see? But we'll cover that with a label. So that, and then that. Now let's decorate this up just a little bit. I am about to start working on a spring journal. So this one will go well with my spring journal that I'm going to be starting on. I think we're going to put some of these flowers on here. I like that. What do you think? I'm going to touch the tips with just a little bit of brown, just so that they'll stand out a little bit more away from the background. You can put some book page behind them. I don't think I'm going to have anything behind them. I think they're going to be okay just like they are. I may do one of these. Don't want it down there though. I may do it up here. Put that there. And then maybe just a little label down here. And I have got to get all my labels sorted out into my label holders. It's just that my label holder right now is running over. And I'm probably going to have to make another one. I think we'll put that there. And we may just come back in with a little piece of washi here. And I don't know if you got your emails yet or not, but we did bring out a brand new release today. It's a washi tape holder. A lot of you had asked about us doing one of those. So we did that. So you can go over and check that out. We've got pre-orders going right now, but they are working on making them up. It organizes your washi tape very well. I'm going to put that right there. So how are you guys? How is everybody? Are you okay? Hopefully you are. I'm good. I've had a good busy week. That's what I like. I like to be busy. I just can't believe it's February already. I can't believe it. Seems like we just had Christmas, didn't we? Wasn't it yesterday when we had Christmas? That's what I feel like. But time flies. I'm just going to put this down with some art. I mean, barely arts, not arts. Barely arts glue. Barely art works just as good as art glitter glue, and it works better on vellum. Whichever one I grab up first is the one I use. This one ships all year round. All right. Ooh, I love that. I love that. Now on this, I'll probably put a piece of trim or lace, something down through there. I don't even know if I'll put a label or anything on it right now. So on this side, we're going to go ahead and decorate that up just a little bit too. I think we'll run a little piece of this washi. Having my washi organized is going to make me use it more. When it's all tucked away in a drawer, I tend to forget about it. I don't use it as much as I should. Let's see. I think I want the bottom torn. I don't think I want it straight. It's like my stamps. When they're all tucked away, I forget about them. So I need things out where I can see it in order to remember to use it. Now, I'm not going to fold that over because I have that little label on the other side, so I think we're just going to tear that off if we can. This is just a stamp block. Good to tear washi. I was trying to say to take washi. Good to tear washi with. I'm going to go into some of the flowers that I fussy cut when I was sick, since I've got like 1 million of them cut up. And I'm thinking spring all around, so That's a little bit, I need something darker on there. I need a redder. I've got to put these in something too, in one of my flower containers. Okay, I think we'll put that one on there. And I'm just gonna touch it up a little bit with some ink. I started to say glue. I don't know if any of my words are gonna come out right today. Right, and then we need a label under there. This is my little container that I've got all sorts of labels cut in. And everything else, I'm going to have to divide all of that out. I think we'll put that there. I might just put a little lighthouse stamp up there. I don't mind that. These were, I think, a freebie last year. Now you could make these up and not decorate them if you don't know what journal you're going to be putting them in. But I'm going to be using these in my spring journals, so I know about what colors I'm going to use, that kind of thing. So that's why I'm just going ahead and finishing them up. Have them ready to go. Let's see. Let's put him over that way. And there we go. Got that one done. And I started to say, oh, did I put that upside down? But I didn't. Now, we do have this writing right here upside down, so I'm just going to put a label on that just to cover it. You wouldn't even have to do that, but I'm going to. Just to cover it up. We'll just stick that one on there. I've got plenty of labels, so let's just make sure that I put this the right way up. Well, it's going to be sideways, so that's going to be the right for somebody. Okay, that covered that. Now that one is ready to go. Well, it's ready to go in a journal. It's going to go this way, like that. So let's say, let me grab this book page here. Let's say this was the page. It would glue down here, here, and here. And then when you flip this page, you've got this on this side. And then you've got this here. And you can do some journaling around this if you want. And then we'll have a tag or a journal card inside there. So that's how that will go on. And that's just made from a junk mail envelope. So let's make another. I need plenty of those. Let's see. And if you don't have a flap on yours, if you have them like this, they're torn open at the top, then just make you a flap. You know, I showed you that time how to make a flap, so just make you a flap. You don't have to have them. You don't have to have a flap on them. You can make a flap. You can even add to the flap if you want to. Now, I am going to center this because I want to cut a little bit off of each end because I want this to be in the middle. So I'm going to use our 0 center ruler. And I'm just marking it like that. And I do have pencils somewhere. So there's my center. And then if I want to cut it at 8 inches, I would just mark here and here at 4 and 4. So all I did was made sure that my 0 was somewhere around the center. And then you look at either end. This end I've got 4 3/4, and this end I've got 4 3/4. So that's all you have to do is just make sure that both ends are showing the same measurement. So you got it. And I've had people ask me, why is it when I got my ruler, the numbers were clear? Because I colored my numbers in, because with all of my lights, it's hard for me to see those clear numbers. And all I did was, on the back side, I took a magic marker and just colored it and then wiped it off. And the color stays down in that, where it's cut into there. That's all I did. So that's all you got to do if you want to make yours a color too. On a Glowforge, you can cut things like that, and you can burn images in, but you can't really make different colors. So we just do them clear, and then, you know, you could make yours any color that you wanted. You could put red letters in there if you wanted, or red numbers in there if you wanted to. Now on this one, I want this to be straight, so I'm going to cut that off. Now someone asked me to do a little demo with this guillotine trimmer. I will tell you, on this trimmer, it does not cut at the end of, let's see if I can fix it where you can see it. Here's the end of this little piece right here. There's the end of it right there. And then you've got like maybe 2/8 of an inch from there to the end of the ruler, or the end of the trimmer. The trimmer actually cuts out here at the end, not where this ends. So all you need to do is line your paper up at the end of this metal piece. Not up here, but at the end of the metal piece. And then just cut. Matter of fact, that doesn't look very straight. There we go. That took me a little while to get used to, because I was used to one that cut where that little plastic piece stopped, but these don't. All right, we want the fold around to be on this side this time. So I'm going to do my paper. This is going to be my top. So I want this the top. So I'm going to grab a piece of paper here. Let's use this one. That's a very pretty paper. And I'm going to cover it the whole way, because I don't mind having all of that on there. You can cover it in all different colors if you want to. Let me put some paper over here. I don't want to have to clean up this mat right now. And you can see this envelope, I've already been playing. I think I actually cleaned my stamp off with on this one, because it was laying on my desk. Okay. And I'm just going to lay it down somewhere close to the middle. All right. Then we'll trim. Okay, I'm just going to go over the back side so it'll flatten out some. Alright, so there is that one. Make sure these little pieces are glued down well so they don't catch anything. Looks like they are. Maybe a little bit right there. You don't want your tag or something to get caught up in those, so just glue them down. Now I'm going to go ahead and fold. I would suggest you wait till the glue dries, and then we'll go ahead and fold this. Let's see. Try to fold it this way and see if I can get it as straight as I can. That's going to be our little flap, so we don't need to cover that, but we do need to put a little bit of paper right here. And I've got another piece right here sticking up. And I think I'm just going to use this little piece of green to put there. It will work fine. And I didn't ink that, but I'll show you how I can still ink it. I'm just going to fold it back this way. Put my ink on here. And that's inked. All right, we'll punch a little pull in this. And then I'm just going to ink all around. All right, now we will glue this down to make our pocket. And again, you could glue it the other way and cut the top and make the pocket there. I just wanted some side pockets like this. Slide a big journal card in. And I don't know if that paper had a direction or not. It looks like they're going in all different directions, so we're not going to worry about that. Now, I wanted this one to, let me grab my piece of paper here. I want this one to go on this side, like this. So there would be our tuck. And then on this side of the page, or the other page, would have that open, and there is your, to put your journal card. You can put a piece of paper here to write on if you want to, a writable paper. But I kind of like it like it is because I'll use my journal card for the writing. So we need to let this be the top. So keep that, make sure you remind me of that. That's the top. And, oh, I think that one will look good on there. Has that got a right and a wrong? I don't think so. If it does, we're going to put it the way that we want it anyway. Let's see. No, not that one. It's going to have to be this one, I think. I don't mind that right there. So again, just a little tip of ink right on the tips. And if you have any little white spots, just run a little ink over them. Looks like I had a couple on that one too. I don't know what happened to my background there. So we'll put that there. And then I want something up here, but I think I want to put a little piece of book page under this because this background is so busy. Just want to cut it just a little bit. Not literally cut, but you know what I'm talking about. So let me find something that's very, very, very old. This is very old. Wireless telegraph department. Let's see if that will work. No, I need a wider paper. And the reason being is that's too close to that background paper. So let's look a little further. Here's some of that 1859 paper. But it's actually, that'll work. Yeah, that'll work. I'm going to tear a little bit of this white off here. That's really good right there to stamp on. So we'll put that over there. If I can pick it up. So hang around. We're going to do something with those stamp templates in just a minute. I hope you haven't gone over there to download them already. If you did, I hope you're back. Oh, me. I'm just kidding. If you're like me, when I see something like that I want, and somebody is doing a video on it, I just stop the video and go get it or find it, or try to find it, and then I go back to the video. All right, then we're going to put a label there. Grab my label book. See, my label book, it's way too thick. We've got to make another bigger one. This one is exploding. I wanted a lighter color label to go there, but so far I'm not finding what I want. That one will work. Okay. I don't know which way's up, but we're going to say it's that way. Okay, now I want something up here at the top. Let's look through here and see. Well, you just jumped out there. We've already used you. We're not going to use you again right now. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. Do we want to use that, or do we want to use a bird? I think if we use a bird, we'd have to bring him down a little bit. So I'm not too crazy about doing that. I think we might be back to that. I'm still going with that one. So I think we're going to use it. Ooh. This is off of one of my digitals, I think. Way back when. Okay. I think I'll leave that. I want something else, but I'm going to leave it for right now. And we'll do a little bit here. I'm not going to do a lot here. I may put some kind of journal card or something there that we can write on. So let's see what we have. This is a really pretty tag. I think on this side we'll put a bird, and I'm going to put that little piece right there just for the bird to sit on. Instead of having him just floating around. Don't like floating around birds. Whoops. And this is a little bit too long, so we're just going to trim it. And I hope I didn't just open my envelope. I don't think I did. And then we'll sit him right there. And I don't think I'll have to cut any of his little tail feathers off if I do that. Yeah, that's going to work. And he's thinking about flying around there and getting into those flowers, so. Now I'll put this little tag or ticket or whatever you want to call it up here at the top. So there is another. I love that. Okay. All right, let me get some of my mess here cleaned up and get my stamps ready, and I'll show you some of the things that I'm going to do with those stamp templates. So I'm probably only going to do just a few. I'm not going to do a ton of them on camera because I'm just going to give you an idea of what you can do. I'm going to start out with this color, but if you want to start out with your white one or gray one, if you want some color in the background, or if you want, let's just say you would rather have some inking on the background, you can take your little ink brush and just brush some ink on there. You don't have to worry about going outside the lines because guess what? These are going to be cut out anyway. But just brush some ink on if you want that, or you can wait till you cut them out and then put ink on the edges. Whatever you want to do. That's why I made them 3 different colors. That gives you choices. But I'm going to start out with this one. I'm not going to put any color in the background because it already has color in the background. I'm going to use this stamp. Now this is the Fairy Hugs clear stamp. If I can find these stamps, I will link them below. I don't think we have any of these in stock. I don't think. I could be wrong. But if I can find them, I'll have them all linked below. Now, I'm going to use old paper because I want this to be just in the background in a very light color. And yes, I have all colors of ink on my stamp. Doesn't hurt it at all. It still works great. I have to turn mine sideways because I can't maneuver my arms. I'm not going to worry about getting outside the lines. I'm going to stamp these over here. And I've just got some white paper underneath. And that just gives me something to stamp off on. Ooh, I missed that one. Edith. Let's do it again. It's a good thing about using a light color ink in the background. Let's see, I think we can go, and I'm not worried about my writing going the wrong way either. We can go that way. There we go. I just want a little bit of color in the background as far as stamping goes. That's all. Let's see if I've got enough. Well, I'll put more ink on because I may not have enough. And I don't know what this stamp says. I couldn't begin to tell you. Let's see. I'm going to do these. Okay. I like that. All right. I think that's all I'm going to do with that one. It's almost cleaned off anyway. Now we're going to grab some stamps that are similar to the size here. They don't have to be the same size, but they can be similar to the size that you want to do. I'm going to start out with one of these. These are the Tim Holtz Stampers Anonymous Wildflowers. I'll find it in a minute. Wildflowers. Now, I don't think he has this particular set still available, but he does have another wildflower. It's smaller than this. And I think it comes with a die set with it. But I'm not 100% on any of that. I think I'm going to use that one, even though it's a little bit longer. I just won't ink that part. Now I'm going to use, this is Fallen Leaves. I could use that, or I could use black. I think I'm going to go with this. And this is our new VersaFine. I do have lots more of that coming. It should be here by Monday or Tuesday. Lots of different colors coming. Now this is brand new, so I'm not gonna press down on this because it will get in a mess. And I said I didn't want that bottom on there, so let's go ahead and wipe that ink off. Oh, I like that. I like that. That's pretty. I do have a little stamp cleaner over here to the side. It is an old Stamp It Up one that I've had for many, many, many years. I don't use it as much as I should, but I'm going to try to use it a little bit in this video just to kind of clean them up some before I put them away. Now, let's see. Let's find something else. And I leave mine out and let them dry before I put them back in the plastic. Don't put them in the plastic wet. I think I want a number or something on there. So I got this stamp the other day, and this is the Eccentric from Tim Holtz. And then I also have this one that I've had forever, and it's Field Notes. So I'm looking for a small number. Well, there's a small one right there in Field Notes. And these have fallen off of the plastic, so they're just all down in there. I need to put a little bit of sticky on the back of them, stick them back on there. But it's not a big deal right now. Okay. There we go. And you can also stamp in all different colors. You don't have to stamp with the same colors I am. That's pretty bold there. Put it right there. And I don't press down on these because if you press down, they're going to smear. Okay, let's find something to put on here. And I think this little stamp right here is going to work. And I want to run him sideways, I believe. Not like this, because that would be too tall. Let's run him this way. And it doesn't matter which way we put them, because when we cut them out, they're going to be the right way anyway. So let's put him like that. Best thing to do is to get him on there straight in the beginning. Now, do we want to use Fallen Leaves to stamp him, or do we want to use something else? Let's try Paradise. Who knows what it'll look like? I don't. It looks like purple in here, but it actually stamps kind of blue. Just making sure I got him inked up well. And hopefully I won't get my head in the shot, but I do kind of have to get up over this a little bit. Oh, I like that. See, it does stamp blue, but it looks purple in there. And when I cut that out and then ink it, that's going to look great. All right, let's find another, maybe for one of these. Now I've got this big number 5 here, and I'm thinking about putting it right there. I wish he had put a number 8 in here instead of a number 5. He needed to have put my number. All right, let's cover these back up. I may want to stamp this number 5 in red. We may just try all the colors that I have. I don't have all of them yet. This one is called Tulip Red. Okay. And I may stamp it kind of close to the bottom. And then I can always put something else at the top. Oh, that looks good. Okay, what else would we put up there at the top? Let's see. Okay, let's put this one that says handle with care. We're just going to try them all. Let's try pine cone. See what the difference is with it. Ooh, I like that. Oh, I like that one. And we'll add some more things to some of these in a minute. Right now, we're just kind of getting the base down. Okay, let's see if this ticket will fit there. I think it will. It's going to be close, but I think it will. Paramount Theater. And I think we'll stamp this one in the pine cone. Now, I have used that one before, but I'm still going to stamp it off. And here goes my head in the shot. Cute. It's a little bit too close to the top, but it'll work. Once I get it cut out and inked, it's going to work. All right, let's find something for this one. And then I think I'll do the little added touches, and that will be the video today. Now, like I said, you can add other things on here. You can put your little ephemera pieces. You can cut out pieces from, washi tape, your magazines, whatever, and make your own stamps. Just make it up like you want it. Doesn't have to be like I'm doing with all stamps. Let's see what else we have. I also purchased some of the Sampool. I think these are Sampool. Yeah, Sampool stamps. She made these. She's I can't remember the name of her channel on YouTube. But anyway, she helped design these with Creative Expressions, and I purchased a couple of them. I like to support fellow YouTubers all I can. Let's see. Let's try this one. This is Ticket Booth, and I've had this one for a while. And some of these I've used, and some I haven't. So we'll see if they're. I think they're going to be. It's going to be too big for that. I think. Well, yeah, I think that's going to be too big for that one, and that will be too big for that. So I don't know. I'm going to bat 1,000 here. We could put that on there and then just add some other things around it. Let's do that. I'm going to turn it this way. We'll just add some different things around it. Cute. Okay, now let's do our added extra touches, and then that will be all that we need to do. And I'm going to use this little stamp, and this one I got off of Amazon, and if I can remember, I'll link it. And it's got the little splatters there, and then it has, let's see what else it has. Oh, it has this that little swirly line that you do, and then it has the little circle. So let's try some of those. Okay, I think, trying to decide what I want to do first. I think let's do some little circles first. And I'm going to change my ink color again. And I am just going to go to my vintage photo. This is not necessarily a stamp color that I would go to because Distress ink is not necessarily a good stamp ink, but it's going to work great on here because I just want just a little hint of the image. I don't want it dark. Okay. Whoops. Don't stick them all on the same one together. All right, then we'll do the little swirlies. And again, I'm just going to use this ink. And we'll do it like that. Okay. And now I'm going to put some little splatters on there. And again, I'm going to use the same thing. I could use tea dye, but I'm just going to use the same. It's not going to matter. It's just little splatters. And I don't know if you guys will be able to see this or not, but I can see it. Okay, let me hold it. See if you guys can see it. See any of those little splatters on there? Yeah, I think you can. All right, so that is as easy as it gets on using this little template. Like I said, you can use the smaller stamps. You can use the smaller images. Just print them 2, 4, 6 to a page, whatever you want to do. And then use the stamp set you have or use your little ephemera pieces and just decorate these up. All right, we'll talk to you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.